Welcome back to the Chicago Pen Show. I'm here with
Jonathon Brooks of the Carolina Pen Company.
And we're playing 20 questions. When I say fountain pen, what pen do you think of?
My own, because I make my own fountain pens.
Fair enough. How did you get into pens?
Happenstance. I ended up going to the Atlanta Pen Show in 2012 and falling in love with all of it. Mostly the Japanese urushi work.
Always stunning. What was your first pen?
My first fountain pen was a Schaefer Legacy.
What's your current daily driver?
A Schaefer Legacy 2.
What's your favorite ink?
I have two. One is, let's see, it's PenBBS number 140. It is a kind of a corally pink shimmer ink, of all things. And then I also like the Montblanc Beetles purple.
Oh, okay. I tried that yesterday. What's your favorite brand of either pens or inks?
Pens, I will say Pilot. I love their nibs. They're always amazing writers. Inks, I'm a big fan of the Sailor Manyo inks.
I just got my first ones this weekend. Do you swatch all your inks?
No.
Do you daily drive the same pen and ink, or do you switch it up?
Daily drive the same pen and ink for the most part. I'll switch it up for shows. I'll bring something new.
Do you have all your inks and, do you have all your nibs in a way that you can like swatch them, and so that when you pull a pen you know exactly what's in it, or do you just like know what's in a pen?
I generally know what's in the pen already.
What's a pen you wish you could see in person?
I believe this is the new Donatrio Dueling Dragons. Fig Boot did a review on it recently, and it looks amazing.
It does. What's your current grail?
Ooh, current grail. Maybe in a Nakaya dorsal fin too.
All right. What pen would you recommend to a beginner?
For a beginner, I would say something from a small maker or a company like Franklin Christoph or Edison. Something that uses a Joe 06 nib, because they're so universal, so interchangeable. They can develop their tastes and not have to buy a new pen each time.
Oh, that's a smart answer. That's an answer we haven't had so far. What ink would you recommend to a beginner?
Anything from Sailor. They're very well lubricated, and they generally behave well on all papers. And if not Sailor, Robert Oster is also a really good one with a lot of color choices.
What advice would you have for somebody who wants to try out a fountain pen but is a bit afraid of them?
Don't be afraid. Ink happens. It washes off. It'll.
I've been stained all weekend.
It takes care of itself. It's not as harsh as you might think.
No. What filling mechanism do you think is most interesting, regardless of if you like to use it or not?
The power filler, like Visconti's or the Pilot 823s.
I saw a clear back power filler this weekend.
Yeah, those are really cool.
What nib size do you prefer to write with?
I prefer a broad or a stub broad pen, but I honestly need an extra fine or fine because I have horrible handwriting.
Is there a style of nib you love but never use?
Architects.
What paper do you use, and do you always use the same paper?
For my personal writing, I use Yamamoto bank paper. It has a little bit of tooth to it, so you can really feel it, but it gives the ink the characteristics just like a Tomoe River would.
Cool. What is your least favorite ink/ink color family?
Browns.
All right. Well, thanks for playing 20 questions at
Excellent.
the Chicago Pen Show.
Thank you for having me.